We're making this happen, folks. It looks like Parker is just about to hop into this as well, but we got a draft. There's a Zeus first pick. What in the holy Jeebus? That is insanity. That is something crazy. All right, we're going to open up this chat window as well. Again, hope you guys are enjoying the qualifier coverage. It's somewhat of a more relaxed feel this time around. We've got people starting to show up into the house. People are starting to populate in. Cinderin has shown up here as well. I think that he's in the other room and potentially going to be playing some pubs or something going on. He's here a couple of days before everybody else. LD was downstairs as well. People are around. You know, it's feeling like the excitement of the old hubs a little bit. There's some cool stuff that's out there also for when the actual regionals start. No spoilers. No spoilers going to happen, but it's gonna be good. I think you guys are going to be excited for what we got going. That being said, now that I'm immediately saying that, I'm going to set it up to be a horrible disappointment. So forget what I said. Completely forget it. I am going to drink a little bit of water real quickly. Lordy, lordy. So we've got ourselves a PL, a Zeus, a Doom, Night Stalker, a Lesh. You pick Phantom Lancer into Leshrac? Ooh, I don't know about that one.
Here we are, back.
Hey.
How we going?
What's happening, man?
Oh, not too much. Just casually rocking up, like last minute, not ready to cast. Like, amateur stuff here.
That's right.
It's all good. I wanted to make sure Lacoste had his gear, so in case he could play more pubs.
Yeah, we kicked him off the computer at the last second. Did he abandon? Did he have to abandon?
No, he was still in there. He was still winning, or looked like he was barely winning. It was a close game.
That's good.
He's climbing the ranks. He was like ranked 28 or something.
Really?
Like, holy shit, man, Lacoste. Damn. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was him ranked 28.
That's insane. I would not have expected.
He used to just be a Pudge spammer, and I don't think he'd win that many games with Pudge because it's not a great hero, but now that he's playing some other heroes.
Pudge has the level 10 30% experience growth now. It's his time to shine. Oh my god, they got a Spectre also?
What's happening with this draft? Wait, Spectre with Zeus? No, Spectre Zeus on different teams. Not going full global.
So I do kind of like the look of Miracle drafting too. The people that I've talked to about Miracle always say that you need to buy into his philosophy of Dota, that you've got to like believe in him and let him loose kind of on the world.
Okay.
And I like I kind of like the idea of that. You fully invest into one person's vision of Dota as opposed to having a bunch of different ideas.
Oh yeah, that's something I think Matu talked about a lot with Liquid. It's like you're always as a team, you're always gonna be better if you just follow one person's idea of how to play Dota. Doesn't matter if it's the right or the wrong way. You kind of 5 people with different ideas of how to play Dota trying to play their 5 different ways, even 2 different ways. That's already a disaster. You need everybody following one guy because he always praises Curry. You know, like he's the guy we follow. We play Dota his way.
Yeah.
It's not like there are going to be games and times where you lose because maybe his way is wrong at that given time, but more often than not, you just hope that guy's right and you win games.
Yeah, definitely. And that's the trust factor that comes together with teams that they always talk about.
Oh, yeah. So is this the game that won?
I believe that it was, yes.
Nice.
And I like the idea of it too. LFY Keen is also pretty good.
Yeah, it looks like that just started. I think B Cup's casting that one, so you guys want to check out B Cup stream, you can get LFY versus Keen.
There you go. Go check it out.
We've
Twitch.
got a bit of everything.
TV/B Cop casting with a K.
B Cup, like casting with a K or B Cup with a K?
B Cop with a K.
Okay.
What does casting with a K mean? I don't even know.
I put GoDz with a Z, you know? You can always do some weird stuff with letters.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Huskar ban.
Huskar ban? Okay. That's against the Zeus? Yeah. Oh, Spectre too. Yeah, that's actually a very good counter to the Spectre. Let me get in this game. Whoo.
I like Spectre a lot. It's one of my most played heroes. And I think that I don't know, it feels like it's one of the sort of like an easy hero to win with in some ways, particularly in lower MMRs. But then like in the higher MMRs, it's just amazing what you can do with this hero because everybody else can run off and do their own thing, and then you come into the fight last minute. And you can play aggressive too with this hero. On the other side, we haven't talked a lot about EHOME, but it's Faith Beyond and Y.
Yeah, these guys, TI champions a couple years ago. That was only 2 years ago. That's the crazy thing. It's not like, people, you see Alliance play, and you're like, oh, Alliance, are they gonna be good again? They were TI champions back in 2013. Like, yeah, they're still good players and all that, and they're still a team to look out for. But like, you'd expect players that were TI champions just 2 years ago to still be able to compete at the very top level. Whereas 5 years goes by, like, okay, maybe there's some fall off.
Well, I think that, you talk about what happened with that team, and I always think of that Reddit post that their manager, whoever it was, put out where he talked about the training regimen and how brutal it was. And it was like,
Yeah.
The 18-year-old kid with like RSI and like osteoporosis or whatever the hell he had. And it's like, if you're committing that hard, you're going to reach such a height that it's going to be insane, but then that drop off is going to suck.
Yeah.
So I think it's a bit of a trade-off. And showing off here. Clockwork. Last pick the offlaners. Or I guess clock could be 4.
Yeah, bit of a
Probably
flex.
Oh no, it's Faith Beyond.
SEA starts at 1 a.m. again, right? I'm just trying to check that. Make sure we don't... I don't know. I mean, if we miss the start of it for this series, that's not the end of the world, to be honest.
I mean, honestly, I think we just go with whatever the people want to watch, whatever we want to watch.
SEA does start at 1 a.m. I was just making sure we're not going to miss anything that people might want to see.
Definitely.
This is going to be good games. Whereas SEA, I think there was one really good quarterfinal out. The Entity versus Tigers game.
Yeah, that's going to be hype.
I think we definitely want to do that one. See Black versus Theban and In Your Dream. Then maybe we come back for like the China finals or something. Although there's not really finals because most of these qualifiers have like 2 or 3 slots, so they don't actually play all the matches.
Yeah. So
here we go.
The iG.V team also, 3 of the 5 members are from the roster a couple of years ago where they actually made it to, well, it was the DAC run that they had, which was really impressive, where it was Paparazzi in the 1v1 mid afterwards, and they did really well. I think they got like top 4 or something there, I want to say. And then when TI came around, they also made it, I think, or it was maybe a major, but they had like none of their players capable of going because they couldn't get visas for super and dogfights, I want to say.
Yeah, that was tragic. It was like these guys were like this big underdog story. Really felt like they were gonna be a breakout team, and then suddenly it's like, oh well, guess they can't play.
Yeah. It's in Canada this year, though. Maybe it's their time.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I think America gets a bad rap, but a lot of these Western countries, be it Canada, the UK, whatever, there's visa issues in all these countries if you're coming from like China, Russia, Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
We'll see. Hopefully no visa issues this year with Canada.
That's the dream.
I trust Valve. They'll be on top of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Anything crazy. Zeus is going to be a mid. CTY mid Zeus. I think the recent Zeus nerf was big enough that it nerfs his ability to play as a 5 position. Just that mana cost with level 1 bolt really changes the 5 position Zeus. Because that was like your thing. You go to lane, you spam level 1 bolt. Going from 75 to 90 mana cost, a small increase, is like 1 to 2 less bolts in lane. I want to say it's almost like 2 less bolts.
I mean, also, he's gotten a series of changes. You look at this also, it's less damage on Arc Lightning at early levels also, so 70 damage instead of that 85.
Yeah.
That's potentially getting outlast hitted there by somebody. I guess not Lesh, most likely. Yeah. I don't think Lesh is going to be hitting that much.
That was the change that came when you got the big buffs, though, like the lightning bolt damage went up. The 7.16 was the Zeus buffs.
And the range.
Yeah. 7.17, the recent patch, was when he got slightly nerfed, because everyone was like, there was all these games at the Super Major where Zeus was played as a support and had the highest damage output, which is what Zeus does. Mid Zeus still very good, but it's surprising they just first picked this hero.
Oh, look at this ward by Super. I like this little thing. You see this? He puts it over there and he gets some good vision of it. It doesn't get like mid at all, but it's also like almost unscoutable early.
Nifty one. Yeah, he planted it from the high ground. Did he? Okay. Yeah, those kind of wards where it's not going to get dewarded as a result are always great, unless people watch your replays and like realize you're warding there.
Especially against the Zeus in lane, like you need something like that.
They're coming for the bottom bounty rune.
Oh, it's battle.
This is a very unique smoke. This is like Wings thing, doing why he had some very innovative rotations. This guy, very much an innovator, and I feel like that's what we're seeing here.
They know that this is where they're going to be, I guess, and as they walk up the hill, this is huge if they can get Faith Beyond. Battery Assault, he's clicking them.
Heroes here. I don't actually think this is going to end well for them.
Yeah, this is really scary stuff, and they've still got the cast that they can throw it afterwards, so they do manage to find themselves a rune, but gonna lose Faith Beyond for their troubles.
I, they
They
get
got
one
both
rune,
of
but the
them.
first...
They got that one too.
That's true. So Miracle got 1 rune top, so it's 1 rune and a first blood versus 3 runes. You definitely take the first blood there. Does go to a Tide, so it's not the mid hero, which would have been the worst case scenario, but it's still a core hero. Tide gets a Quelling Blade magic stick from the side shop.
Yeah.
It's odd. They didn't have the strongest level 1 fighting draft. Zeus also level 1 Arc Lightning. If you want to have a fight like that, you're way better off with the Lightning Bolt, but at least for single target, not the end of the world anyways.
Yeah, we'll see if it ends up, coming back to play, because it also means like Faith Beyond's getting back into this lane a little bit slower. Dual lanes, as we've come to expect. Witch Doctor in those, kind of strong. Spectre, very much not so. Not a strong laning hero.
No. A lot stronger than she used to be with the changes to the dagger. It keeps getting lower mana cost. It's had some damage buffs. So dagger's a much better tool to lane with as far as nuking and also even using it to last hit here and there.
Yeah.
So I do feel like all these buffs have kind of added up over time to the point where Spectre, that's why we're seeing Spectre playable right now.
Yeah. And I think also the team fight presence that you can get with her later on is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, Spectre versus Zeus sounds pretty good. Zeus is always a hero you just want to get on top of. Once you get tanky enough, like Dispersion means, Zeus can't really just turn and burst you down. He's just going to die to that Dispersion.
Dogfights nursing a creep wave up here in the bottom lane.
He really wants to make it meet up with the next creep wave coming along.
Yeah. I mean, it's understandable, right? Oh, top lane again. Faith Beyond in a little bit of trouble, and guess what? Can run through those cogs.
Yeah.
Although, not when you go out the other side.
That's the, Spectre buffs. Level 1 dagger, 90 damage, 100 mana cost, able to spam it a bit more, and they find an opening for a kill. Nicely done.
Oh, in July. He's getting the poison touch treatment. Look at it, the reapplication. It hurts.
Yeah. You gotta run away. It's like Bat Rider with Napalm. Once you get a certain amount, you just gotta run away.
Yeah.
You get hit by poison touch, don't let him keep reapplying it.
It's really annoying.
I'd still miss the old poison touch. Just made more sense in a ways. This new like cone shaped reapplying. I don't know. It still just seems so weird.
I agree.
In lane, your job is to zone an offlane hero. Like you don't need this AOE poison touch, which does damage over time. It's going to be AOE. You want insta damage that can kill a creep wave, but that doesn't even do that. It's not good wave clear.
It feels like it's sort of a middle ground, like poison, shadow wave rather, and I guess maybe as it gets like it needs to be to the point where like it really hurts somebody, and right now I don't feel like it does.
Yeah. So we're so tied with it on being reapplied like continuously again and again, and it didn't actually do that much damage.
Uh-oh, that's not supposed to happen.
Double null tally. CTY brings down half.
What in the hell?
Okay. Not bad, not bad.
I guess that's just one of those things where you're anticipating that. All right, they're actually kind of owning them in this game.
Yep.
Look at the CS right now on the
CS
board.
is very Radiant favored right now. So he's having a grand old time. 8 CS only on Leshrac, but he is getting a gank coming his way.
Not bad.
Moves just, Night Stalker, just the 1 point in Void, doesn't have any other skills, even though he's about to level 3.
20 seconds early before nighttime. Well, they do manage to find the stun, and this might still work out regardless.
But the right click is too much.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Dazzle didn't have Grave, even if he did TP in earlier. Shadow Wave may have bought some time, though.
That's like, you'd never expect that rotation like before the 4-minute mark, right?
Probably not. I think Leshrac called for it, though. It's one of those things where he was losing the lane. Zeus was having a good time, and Zeus is a very gankable hero. Like, all Leshrac needs is that small little extra bit of damage and slow from a Void, and he can get that kill. So while Night Stalker's not a daytime roamer, really, he makes it work.
Dogfight's getting in on the...
He's an OD Pixel fan.
Yeah. It's interesting to me that it, like, a lot of the... Oh, my God.
He's done it
Yo,
again.
half.
This guy's just getting bodied mid.
What the hell was he thinking? That was a great... Oh, jeez. Well, CTY, very accomplished mid player.
Yeah. I mean, I think he had this nickname in China of being like a minute 10 player. He's amazing the first 10 minutes of the game. It's what he does after that where he has a bit of a reputation for throwing games and being a bit questionable at times. But
Well,
first 10 minutes, this guy, untouchable.
well, and if it's open qualifiers, it might just last 10 minutes. Kind of point the game, right?
Most of the games, yeah, we're seeing, okay, over at 10 minutes, go next.
Well, so Zeus now level 6 already at 5 minutes. Not bad for mid lane, and I guess no other rotations coming in, but he can probably punish this here if he wants.
That's very, very fast. He's going to main go up, get some more mana again, has a clarity.
Dazzle?
Don't know if he saw the Night Stalker. Night Stalker's coming behind me. Put a ward here. Well, runs into Dazzle. That's very good info for EHOME. They now know where the Night Stalker is. They didn't see him ward, but they now know he could rotate top. But the problem is, damage is already being done there. Miracle bailed out by a cask from the Witch Doctor. They're still very tanky here, so even with Night Stalker rotating, these may not be easy kills for him to pick up.
And they use Maledict already, too, so...
Yeah. You see Night Stalker's like sitting there, is like, how do I... These heroes have 1k HP, 900 on clock, 1100 on Doom with phase boots. They have a wand on Doom. Like, how do you actually kill these heroes up here? So, you can see Doom and Clock, even though they knew that he was rotating up there, was not afraid. Oh, why? Maybe in some trouble. Has got a TP. He needs to hold on to the Void, otherwise Y can just TP. Doesn't go for the TP because he's already too low, and it should be a kill here.
Nice. Leaving that over for the last track, too. They need to catch up on him.
Good play. A lot of times, Night Stalker there would just instantly nuke to slow him and do some damage, but if you do that, Dazzle just insta-TPs home. He just got all the right clicks in he could before using the Void when it was Dazzle too low in health to even be able to TP out at that point.
Also making sure they get the silence off so he can't grave himself and walk closer to the tower. So all those little things.
Nice played.
He is running towards the Doom right now, and they will have Maledict. Looks like Witch Doctor's a little far away. But with the movement speed slow coming in from the dagger and then also maybe some body blocks, they should be able to do something here. Although, again, it's a really hard hero to kill.
Yeah, Scorch Earth, phase boots, like that should be plenty to get away.
Cask? Yeah, and as soon as Faith Beyond walks in, they just run away. Jeez. Yeah, they both have salves still. Their inventories. They're just hanging out. They're ready to actually dive tower with this.
They're ready to party up top. They want to go. They want to rumble. Clockwork 4.5. Doom about to hit level 6. Doom's going to be the one getting the urn, it looks like, for the team. At least he's got it queued up. It's looking pretty nice for this top lane of EHOME. The Spectre feeling the heat, but this is typical Spectre game. You're not expected to go well and have a good laning stage. You're a kind of comeback hero by nature. If you're ever ahead or even a Spectre after the lanes, you pretty much won the game. So being slightly behind is not the end of the world.
Yeah, and like it looks bad because all these CS charts are populated by a Radiant team, but it's not actually as significant of a lead as we've seen in other ones.
The bigger issue is the mid lane. Like this mid lane should be closer, and if the Lesh had a bit more farm and hadn't died those times, you'd be thinking things are going pretty well for iG.V.
Oh, dive bottom. They do have Ravage available if they want to try and use it, but a little bit too scary as daytime comes around. And the rotation from the Dazzle also keeps him alive. So yeah, the other thing, I just like as far as the way that iG.V plays, Super, is he dead? They're chasing.
They don't want to use Doom, but yeah, they should have this kill. Nice calls.
All right, the rotation, and no, he's going to run into him. He does manage to not get hit by the second round.
They're melting. The Maledict.
This is pretty good for them there, and they take down two.
Yeah. Really nicely played. Doom didn't really have a target to throw his ulti on. He could have doomed Lesh, but Lesh already had Pulse Nova going. Would have stopped the Lightning Storm, so may have just been the play anyways, but at the same time, he doesn't want to waste Doom. He dies anyways, and Lesh doesn't die. It would have just been a waste of Doom at that point, so a bit too over-aggressive, even with the Zeus ulti to back them up.
Wow. So the thing I was going to say beforehand is that Dogfights in the past was known for like these roaming type of heroes. His Earth Spirit, his Bounty Hunter, Ricky even at times. And those types of heroes feel like they've been nerfed over and over and over again. This dual lanes, I'm kind of wondering if it's not as strong of a meta for him in general. And that was like their engine to make their team work before.
That's the thing. Even though heroes like Night Stalker, Clockwork are still great heroes, you play them very differently. You're not just roaming around the map 24/7. You actually have to sit in lane and secure lanes. Like you look at what Clockwork's done this game, he's not roamed one bit at all. So laning has become more important than roaming, which is where, yeah, I kind of agree. Dogfights maybe having a tougher time in the latest couple of patches. We'll see. Once it gets to mid-game, he should be a bit more comfortable, like that second nighttime phase. Start making moves with your team.
So this was a smoke up underneath the shrine in the top side, which led to Doom rotating. But doesn't look like there's going to be able to find much.
Spectre is still kind of scared up top, but no one's actually in that lane. It's mid lane where dogfights.
Oh, no. Poor guy.
Oh. Well played by Clock. Taking advantage of the limited night vision to get that kill from the high ground. And Night Stalker, during the day, not very scary. Does have the tome now.
Okay. 10-minute mark. Taking a look at the other CS. Again, it's relatively close. Like, it's clearly a lead right now for Radiant, but only less than 1,000 gold. The bigger one is usually the levels, the other thing to watch for, and that's maybe where things are going to get a little bit scarier. Like, Spectre only level 7 right now. That's not where you want to be on this hero necessarily.
Yep. I don't actually think Night Stalker used the tome. I think he gave it to Leshrac, maybe? Lesh is suddenly level 9.
Okay.
Well, I guess maybe he always was. They want this kill made it badly. Zeus is a big kill.
They end up turning it back around and just going to live through it. CTY!
He's going to get back to Fountain. He gets graved and everything.
By the raindrops.
He's
he just
fine.
gets
got
graved.
Yeah. Even without the grave, he was going to live. The Maledict did not bring him down to 1 health. So, really smart play from CTY. Bursts the Witch Doctor. TP's home. Doesn't die to the Maledict. Clever stuff from him. We'll see if they can catch Spectre up top. Doesn't look like it. They've got a Doom. He's fishing around, but no luck. Hook shot. Okay.
Oh, Faith
That would have
Beyond.
been a kill. That can't miss those ones. Dagger was on cooldown. If he managed to get a Doom to follow that one up, there was no escape unless rotations came from his teammates to TP in and save him.
Well, that's something nice for him, and he's got a Quill of Treads now. He's farming it up. Multiple points of dispersion for the moment, I guess, for farming and such.
It's Tide. He takes a tier 1 bottom tower. He's the most farmed Dire hero, the most farmed hero in the game all of a sudden, even with the Zeus. Very quiet Tide game, though. He's just been sitting down here farming. It's kind of the nature of this hero sometimes. You don't go looking for action because it's hard. You don't have an easy way to initiate if you rotate around the map. You're kind of a slow, clunky hero, so you're hoping action comes to you or your teammates come to your lane, which happened, but ultimately iG.V didn't really get kills out of it, so he's happy just to keep farming. A fast pipe is going to work wonders against the Zeus this game.
CTY thought about chasing that with the haste rune. He's got some ideas about what to do. With the Veil already up now, they need to take care of this freaking Zeus because he's going to become a problem.
Yep. Oh, yeah. He is mighty, mighty farmed. He's going to TP bottom with his haste rune, just look to keep on farming. Doesn't seem like he's any interest in actively roaming around the map. It's his off-laners, the Clock, the Doom. Two buddies and tanky buddies with their level 6s smoking up. They're going to run into Super here.
That was so well done.
Yeah. Insta Zeus ulti. The second the smoke pops, they use Zeus ult to get the vision. They also scout out the ward. The Zeus ult, I believe, saw that Radiant Dire Observer, and Zeus is going to come over to de-ward it.
I mean, you're fine with that, though, right? Like, you lose your Witch Doctor. I guess losing the ward hurts a little bit more.
Yeah. It's overall like a pretty even trade, I'd say. Like, no one really wins from it. Radiant side, get a kill that doesn't mean anything. They're not turning into an objective. D-Ward is the biggest part about that kill. Like, getting the vision of Observer Ward and taking away that vision from iG.V is pretty important at this stage. And then for iG.V, it's a Witch Doctor tanking a smoke gank that could have killed Spectre or somebody.
Well, this is another play now. 18 seconds until Haunt. It's going to pop a little bit early, though. Faith Beyond spots out absolutely everybody, but the silence comes out, and he's just dead.
Oh. Gets graved, but I don't think that's going to change the outcome here. Nice Doom onto the Leshrac. You don't really see Leshrac's way out of this one, but perhaps it's the Tide Ravage. Shows up to go in the PL, and PL's dead as well. What a great play.
Oh my god, and the Haunt follow-up as well. It's all falling apart right here for EHOME as they're just getting run down. The Ravage rotation comboed with getting the Doom, but after the Pulse Nova. And Leshrac lives.
Dooming the Leshrac there. He doesn't even die in the end, and Tide's like, sweet, let's just go charging in. I've got a pipe. It was the perfect time to go for that move. When you have a pipe there, you're just feeling so confident. And I think Clockwork felt once he scouts out those 3 heroes, he has the high ground advantage. I believe he was expecting to just cogs block them away, but Night Stalker gets the flying vision. So typically that smoke pops, and they don't see you because you're on the high ground, but with the flying vision from the Night Stalker, they're able to get the silence before he can use cogs. Because if he uses cogs there, you probably just see 0 for 0 trade. Like, EHOME just back off. Okay, Clockwork, cogs, pushed away, broke the smoke gang. disengage. Worst case scenario, Clockwork dies and no one else.
I mean, the other thing that they could have potentially gone for is like trying to catch everybody in the cogs and then going for like, CTY rotating in.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why they were making the call to run that direction. Like there's so many different things that it could have gone, but it all goes wrong, as you said, when you go up high ground and then or rather when they see you on high ground. Damn. Crazy. They take down half now, though. Last shot's kind of a rough game.
Yeah. EHOME even thought it was warded on the high ground. They immediately go and send the courier to scout the high ground for an observer ward. Super dies as well to CTY. It was not warded, it was just the flying vision, something they definitely did not respect. As CTY continues to accelerate as a Zeus. Interesting, he's got a Yules queued up. I'm not sure. This item, good mana and mana regen, but doesn't necessarily add a whole lot of utility in this specific game, I feel.
Going for the blink afterwards, I'm seeing here.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing like a Bloodstone type build. This Veil, it's just hard to use Veil because it eats up more of your mana. It's another thing you have to click. I just see so many Zeuses get this item but then aren't able to effectively use it. We'll see how it goes.
As far as other heroes, you got Scorched Earth amplification, like Clockwork stuff is, kind of nifty, but there's not a ton. Like, it's kind of different. And honestly, the way that this game is going, like if Spectre gets into this Radiance at a decent timing, which it feels like it's going to happen, this could turn really rapidly.
Yeah, despite that last fight, it is still about a 2k EHOME lead, and we're going to see them have to step up the pace that they're playing at. They're not really feeling like there's any sense of urgency, but a Spectre Radiance to me is something you have to be actively worried about because that's just going to turn this game on its head.
I mean, they do have the PL for late game, but yeah, it's
yeah, it could be okay with like a top lane Dazzle's going to die, ganked out by a Leshdan. They are rotating in though.
Okay.
And PL's going to, I feel like, need a Silver Edge this game as the solution to the Spectre. With that said, Spectre can get Dispel for it, like BKB Manta or something.
Looks like Doom could be one of the ones to get that as well, as he's already got the...
Yeah, he's got Shadow Blade. Get an Ags. Ags Doom versus Spectre, actually.
Ooh.
I feel like Ags on Doom is heavily underbought. It's very situational. There's only certain games where you want it, but this Spectre is definitely one of the heroes it owns.
Yeah. No darkness there available for the Night Stalker, so he is going to die immediately, but they follow this up, and if they can get the bigger kill onto PL, this is huge. Oh, yeah. He goes down, and now for more. Y in trouble, going to die. Another one down, and
Doom goes in. 1v4 here. Can he make it happen? They're scared of him because CTY is backing him up. And CTY got a 4-staff instead of the Yules. I like this a bit better. It's a mobility item. It just gives you more useful stuff than a Yule Scepter here. Like, defensive Yules doesn't do much. You don't need the offensive Yules for anything, really. There's no, you purge off a Night Stalker Silence, you may just be setting up a Leshdan or a Tide Ravage.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff. Like, defensively using yourself as a Zeus doesn't feel good if there's heroes already on top of you.
Right. Well, and I think that the Force Staff is definitely the much-needed one.
Yeah. It's just a better defensive item.
Phaetheon, he is still sort of living the not very much farm life currently. Still haven't seen, I don't feel like we've had a real successful, Doom, that much at least.
No, this Doom clock, as well as they did in the laning stage, have not done well in the game as a whole. Doom's Shadow Blade is just not really found all too much. Has got the high ground advantage. I don't think Night Stalker saw him.
No, they still don't have Ravage, so they're just going to Doom the Tide and run him down, although still a fairly tanky guy.
Oh, that Shadow Wave.
Nearly enough, jeez.
Yeah, he got pummeled by a full damage max units Shadow Wave. Looks like he got the full 7 targets. How much damage is that? 7 times 140?
I think he was weaved also while that was happening. Jeez.
It's like over 1,000 damage if you get all 7 units. Physical damage, so reduced by the armor he has, but it's a lot of damage.
Well, EHOME's still showing that in spite of that late game Spectre that they got to be a little bit worried about, for now at least they're kings of this game right now.
Yep.
2K net worth lead. And PO going to be going back for a Heart next.
Just doesn't feel like Spectre's farming very fast. Always playing scared, rightfully so. you're against the Shadow Blade on Doom. You know, this hero can come out at any time and just bop you, and you're done for.
Yeah.
But still, overall game is not too EHOME favorite. Like, it's the typical, you know, you're slightly behind the Spectre. This is a winnable position, very winnable position for iG.V, but at the same time, it's EHOME who are slightly ahead. So this is kind of that like 50-50 game right now where it's just going to come down to the next couple big team fights. EHOME need to win them. At the same time, iG.V, if they win them, they suddenly have a Spectre Radiance. They're the ones who are in control.
Well, and I think that you look at this, moving around the map, they're making sure that they keep that Spectre defended at all times. This isn't the type of game where you can just afford to go away and, you know, gank his 4 and then leave the Spectre to potentially get picked off, because you just lose at that point. So Spec level 13 does look again like they could make a move with Ravage with nighttime going on. But maybe they just also want to wait for the Leshrac BKB and fight around those 2 item timings. I feel like that's pretty strong.
Yeah. Lesh BKB sounds pretty scary this game. Radiant team doesn't have the best solutions. Maybe he becomes the dude. There's just so many Doom targets this game. Like Tide, you want to stop him getting Ravage off, but you only want to Doom him if you know you're going to kill him. Leshrac, similar thing. You may want to Doom him, but you'd rather just try and burst the Leshrac. That just gets a whole lot harder with BKB.
Atheon, they find him. There's a lift up there with the Eul Scepter trying to get away from that clockwork, and the Radiance is done now for the Spectre. They could maybe go for this play here if anybody else shows up, but they just take down the clockwork.
Yep. No need to haunt for the kill they're going to get regardless. And Spectre, you know, you get this Radiance. You're not going to instantly just go force a fight. Like if you find a good favorable fight, sure, you're going to haunt in, but you're happy to keep on farming because now you farm incredibly faster with this Radiance, and your team can play as 4 while you farm somewhere else on the map.
Definitely. Yeah, and the Radiance doesn't really make you tankier or able to survive through the damage that's coming in that much. So if you do get into the fight, you could still potentially be brought down. PL more than halfway to his heart at this stage also.
It's, I don't know. I would say it's a questionable item pickup. I'm not sure about what other carry players think of this one, but it just feels too early to get this heart. Like you should have at least got like a Yasha to farm faster and just get that. It's such a cost-effective item. Casual Yashas I love on PLs. And I also feel like a Shadow Blade this game would have been great. Even the full Manta, like being able to push out weight. Manta's such a good lane pushing item because the illusions last a longer time. Like your normal illusions from your ulti don't push waves because they have a short duration. So I would say this is a pretty bad PL build.
Well, and now you're like losing towers across the map. They just lost the tier 1 mid. They lost the tier 2 bottom lane as well. Leshrac just now finishing off the BKB. And even though it's, you know, only 1,000 gold lead, this is the timing when iG.V really start to come online. I'd be very, very concerned right now if I was EHOME.
Yep. I'm going to iG.V smoke up with the Spectre. Interesting, he's not just going to sit back and farm jungle.
If they can save the haunt here.
That's true, yeah. I mean, buyback haunt is one of the best things in the game. That's often why you may want your Spectre in a fight, so you can just have 2 lives, essentially. Good Zeus ult. Realizing something's up, they scout out where they are on the map.
They make the ping for Roche. Should be a pretty bold move.
EHOME? Oh, I don't think their lineup can go Roche easily. Yeah. Neither team has an amazing Roche lineup. EHOME's slightly better with the PL, but even he's not doing crazy damage right now.
You got like Desolate level 3, it's like 40 damage. It's, pretty bad.
Yep.
That's about the best thing that they have.
Yep. Everyone's like, the carries are kind of pretty lowish level right now. Like nobody's looking like that scary. The PL has a heart, but he's still just like level 15, doesn't have that Phantom Rush range yet. Like I see Diffusal Heart, I'm just like, is he really going to do damage when he's just got tanky illusions that can, you know, burn a lot of mana? And you want to tank up against a Leshrac, but just feels like he's going to need more damage.
Oh, hello. How's it going, Tidehunter? They are going to haunt into this one now. The Mute's starting to run down lower. He's going to get netted. Another catch the Infernal Blade there. Miracle chasing forward for this. They able to catch the Cogs onto 2 separate heroes.
Doom's wearing off very soon.
Oh, God. They're walking into it all. If they end up getting the Ravage off, I don't know if they're even going to need to go for it. He's drained of a lot of mana, but Old Chicken running away. They still got that Radiance Burn working on this guy, and they find the real one. Old Chicken in trouble. They haven't lost a single hero on iG.Vitality, and EHOME is about to lose their carry.
Yeah, great heart, bro. Big old chicken fan, but what's it do there? You doom this Tide, you just can't kill him. He's so tanky. Nobody dies. Nobody does damage except Zeus, and well, I guess theoretically you can stop like the pipe coming out, but even so, it just doesn't feel like that's enough in these team fights. Spectre just shows up and cleans up as well. In July has all this health regen from Greaves and Pipe of Insight that didn't even matter that he got doomed as long as he stays alive a bit.
Yeah.
And that's where, again, I feel like this Doom Axe has mega value because it's not... If you, Doom on Tide with Axe is also great. It's just going to last longer if you stay next to him. It also breaks his Kraken Shell. Being able to break these passives on Tide as well as Spectre is a very important big deal.
Hook in? Okay. Faithbeyond's caught 2 here, but who's really caught who is? They are starting to completely get decimated. The BKB is going to wear out in a second. I don't know if this is going to work out for them too well. The Grave is there, though. Okay. And with the Weave starting to rack up, it does look like they're going to decide to back out, and rightly so. They're losing a lot of armor very rapidly.
Feels like, that point where we talked about where it's like, this small EHOME lead in terms of gold, but they never really felt really ahead when Spectres managed to safely farm a Radiance. Next fight's going to mean everything, and while EHOME, their next fighter, was not a good one. They lost 3 heroes, a Doom on a Tide, they don't kill him. They've yet to have that good, impactful Doom in the team fight, and they are going to go for a Roche play here. I mean, that Haunt's down for a bit longer. This still feels very risky because of how slow it's going down.
Yeah, and if they catch an inkling that this is going on here, 15 seconds until Haunt's still starting
It's
to
also
walk
daytime.
They're going to spot it. The hook
illusion.
shot comes out. Very scary indeed, but they're able to get the block off there with the cogs. It's still dropping so low. They just don't do any damage to Roshan. They're thinking about walking in now as further forward. They have the Greaves as well. The Haunt comes out. He's inside the pit as well. The Ravage, it's going to come out, and they are not going to be able to get it. Old Chicken
This
takes
fight still
the
looks
Aegis.
good for them, though.
Yeah, this could still be very, very solid. As Old Chicken trying to run away, they're not taking it anymore.
They couldn't get the Dazzle. He graved himself. He barely survived, and looks like the PL also able to get out of there with the Aegis. A laggy fight. That was unfortunate. If the Tide had got in there a bit faster with that Ravage and the Spectre could finish off Roshan, that would have been perfect for iG.V.
I don't know. This game feels very strange. Very, very strange. So they got the Doom off also on the Leshrac, which was the other thing. But a little bit awkward again, half not dying in that one. But
yeah,
2 heroes
No
DC.
one's dying in Dooms, which... I don't know if that's not really the Doom's fault. It just feels like they don't have this great ability to chase and finish these kills off. Like, Clockwork will go on someone, or Doom will ulti someone, and then it's like, well, where's your lockdown? Like, you actually don't have good stuns on this team. Like, Doom has this in Snare Creep for some extra control, but like Zeus, he can dish out damage, but not when these heroes just run away. PL doesn't really dish out damage. He kind of chases, but at the same time doesn't want to fully commit himself. Dazzle's just a sit behind kind of hero. He's not like a Lion or somebody who offers control.
It speaks to what you're talking about earlier. Maybe the Veil too for the Zeus. If you had this Ags earlier, then you could sort of isolate a target and blow them up or something.
I think Ags would have been great because it allows you to dish out more damage from really far away.
Yeah.
Clockwork goes on someone, you Ags, you use your Nimbus on top of them, and it makes it really hard for them to break through the cogs because they're getting stunned constantly. Doesn't have that level 20 stun talent yet, but he will soon.
Well, and the Clockwork, too, is playing a little bit more of a defensive build, going for a pipe instead of the normal Blade Mail or something that we might sometimes see. But, again, it's sort of the problem that iG.Vitality is running at them with. So, a tough game right now for EHOME, but they managed to get the Aegis on the PL, and maybe if he goes super late game, things could start to look a little bit better for him?
Yeah, possibly.
I don't know.
It's doable. I think he's got an okay supporting cast. Again, you're going to need something like a Silver Edge against Spectre or an Ags on Doom. I feel like Spectre, once you get Manta with Heart of Terras, your dispersion damage is just going to destroy everyone. But we'll see. I just don't... The PL versus Spectre Ultra late game just feels like Spectre can do okay there.
Yeah, I guess it really does depend upon all those other contributing factors of how everybody else is doing. And
a PL build that's gone more tanky is just not going to be able to deal with Spectre.
Yeah.
You need that more balanced, like Silver Edge, Diffusal, Basher, Butterfly type build. Like a single target killer PL build is what's going to beat a Spectre. But I think he's just looking at this like, oh, it's not my job to kill Spectre. Like, it's my job to make sure I stay alive and win us team fights and be on the front line, which, you know, he's allowing this Zeus to stay alive in the back. Zeus has only died once the entire game, and partly because of the fact there's these 3 great frontliners in Doom, Clockwork, and PL.
Yeah, that Ags might make a big difference. It could be a big game changer and have abilities to kill people early on. But it does feel like they may be leaving something on the table, the fact that they haven't been able to make use of that yet.
Bonus gold. 15 bonus gold, yeah, that was nice. About to have his Spirit Vessel.
Does that work retroactively? Like, does he get that bonus gold when this wears off? I feel like it doesn't.
He should, I would say.
Okay.
Because I want to say, I mean, it just gives you the bonus gold when it gets devoured, so it probably calculates it at the time it's devoured.
Okay.
But honestly, do not know.
Talent interactions like that's so weird. Like the Timber saw one where if you get the reactive armor but you're still holding on to 20 stacks, then it won't go up to 25. You have to go down to 0 again, and then
that's an obnoxious one.
Yeah. Well, in July here, gonna just be a watermelon in front of a tower, making sure that they don't run at this thing too much. As the tier 2 is gonna be potentially assaulted next.
Right, Spectre Haunt 15 seconds away.
Oh, the jump in. They got him again.
This has not ended well for them before.
Yeah, I mean, again, they have Ravage. They've got Greaves. Do you really want to go in like this? They're thinking about it. Spectre just now picked up the Manta as well.
Don't worry, they piped the tower. They're going to protect it.
I mean, they also just got the Bloodstone on half. It'd be a really cool time to pick up a bunch of kills.
Yeah, they'll defend that one. So enough is enough. We're not going to give you more than that tier 1 bottom. You can still see that EHOME have this pretty scary teamfight lineup. They're able to kind of just go down a lane, take a tower, with their opponents afraid to do much about it. And they're about to hit a new kind of peak for the Zeus, at least, with his Aghanim Scepter.
Likewise, though, Miracle, already with the Manta style, if you get the Manta and Diffusal, and you can just isolate that, the Zeus could be a ton of damage.
All right. I'm glad I'm not on crazy pills. Doom has got an Axe queued up.
Nice.
This is a great item this game. This is an item Dooms need to think about more often.
I feel like it needs a buff, though.
The Axe?
Yeah, like, compare that to, like, Shadow Demon's Axe.
Sure. It does more damage, right, with the Axe? It does more damage, and it's, like, theoretically permanent Doom, and it breaks passives.
I don't know if it... Does it still do more damage?
Maybe not.
I thought that
might be
got
making that
changed.
up. I actually don't know about the more damage, but I'm going to look it up quickly.
It's a longer duration. That's part of it, at the very least.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, is it? No, it's the same duration.
No, it's one of those things where if you're standing next to them, it's like permanent Doom.
Oh, okay.
That's what's insane about it. So,
okay,
if you have to keep up with them. So it increases Doom's duration and will suspend it. So when you're next to them, it suspends the duration, so it doesn't count down.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Does it actually change the duration? It says 16. It says Axe increases duration, but it doesn't say what it increases it to.
Well, right here it says duration 16 and Scepter duration 16.
Yeah. So it does. It doesn't actually. I mean, even the Dota 2 wiki here on Gamepedia is wrong because it doesn't actually increase duration, but it suspends the duration countdown when you're within 900 range.
Okay, that's a pretty big range too.
And causes it to. It removes positive buffs from the target when cast and break most passive abilities while active. I guess Old Doom does not break positive buffs.
Zeus ulti there spots the smoke coming. But yeah, I guess I'm thinking about it in comparison, and like if you look at Shadow Demon's Ags, continuously purges, also breaks passives, 3 charges of it. Like
there are some really good Ags in Dota, and then there's some really bad Ags. I think it was Sunsfan who had like an Ags tier list that he would do, which was pretty fun to think about which are like the really bad Ag scepters in the game. Like OD used to just have the outright worst Ags in the game for like 3 years
so
straight.
Bad.
His Ags is still pretty bad. It's like double Astral right now. I don't even know for sure. It keeps getting changed because it's bad.
I think it is the double Astral.
For a while, it was everyone in your ultimate gets Astral, which was just like, I don't know. It didn't seem good.
I saw it one time in a pro game, and it actually lost them the game because they did it, because it saved 2 teammates that didn't mean to.
And The double Astral I saw once, and it looked kind of good because this OD was unkillable.
Right.
Because there was like nothing to stun him coming out of the Astral or do damage, so he just kept Astraling himself, blinking away, Astral again, blink away. But it's still a pretty bad Axe.
This is big right here. Oh, no, in July, he's invis, but there's a Sentry Ward down. If he walks into this one, they might be able to spot him right at the start. The hook shot in, the Doom to follow as well. They've got him caught with that ulti on top of it from the Zeus. That, well, Cop is going to be out there. The BKB's out as well, though, and with the Grave used on Y and Miracle on the backlines trying to kill through these guys, they might actually be able to isolate
Doom
them
surviving
out.
again.
They're living through all of it. The chase down, Faith Beyond running away, he's still living.
This is just a recurring issue. Somebody gets doomed, they don't die.
I thought that it was going to go better this time because of the Ags.
On the Zeus, yeah. That adds some damage. It also adds that extra bit of control and stun with the level 20 talent, but Tide just too tanky, had a pipe, was kept alive, and I don't know what more you can expect there.
Do you?
An Ags on Doom, that's
There
the solution there. It legitimately needs the Ags on Doom, not even for the Spectre right now, but for the Tide.
Yeah.
I actually think you just have to fight into Ravage. Doom someone else. With that said, I think if they doom someone else, maybe they just get team wiped too. It really just is a draft and item problem at this point. PL's item build has been atrocious. Zeus's item build I think has been fine. Like the Veil I wasn't a big fan of, but it's not hurting him. Like the way PL's item build is actively making his game harder to play. His team is suffering for his item build.
I kind of was not sure about the level 15 talent choice that he took. The static field damage feels like it's pretty good with all these tanky heroes.
Oh yeah.
But I agree.
I've seen a bit of both. The movement speed always seems pretty nice, but you used to always go movement speed because I think it was plus 35 or plus 40. It was even more.
Yeah.
But yeah, right now the static field, it only goes from 10% to 11.5. It's not like a massive increase, but it would be extra damage against, a tanky Tide.
Tanky Tide, tanky Spec later. Obviously not that point right now, but with all of these heroes, also just everybody has hoods or pipes.
Yep. All right, here we go. Doom's got his Ag Scepter if he wants to buy it now after this Devour.
Let's see it.
I think you should just buy it, right? Straight up. Don't need buyback.
Yeah.
Get the Ags. This is your late game. You need Ags, Refresher, Doom. He's got Shivers queued up. That's not a bad item either. I want to see Refresher at some point, though. Because if someone lives a Doom, you want to be able to Doom again. You also want to Doom... If the answer to Doom in late game is buybacks, like your Tide gets Doomed, he dies, he buys back, and then suddenly you have control over the team fight, which is where you want to have a Refresher. Spectre is also a good Doom target. Get that bounty roll. There we go. July knows what's up. And they're going to get all 4 on the iG.V side. Still a very slight gold lead. This game is neck and neck, even though it does feel like this unsolvable Spectre problem the more it goes on.
Yeah, and 500 health talent now also, so she is getting very tanky. The next talent is also pretty insane to Dispersion.
Yeah, Spectre's talents are pretty broken as far as Dota heroes go. It's probably like top 10 best talents on a hero.
What do you think if Break broke talents?
Sure. Well, I mean, what are the breaks? There's not that many breaks in the game.
Yeah, it's, well, Silver Edge.
Ags on Doom.
Yeah, Ags on Doom. Shadow Demon ulti. With,
sure.
Yeah.
It's one of those very, unique parts of Dota 2, which, I think it'd be fine.
I guess.
Maybe they add a new mechanic that breaks talents,
Okay.
Where you can break passives, and there's like this new item they add that has some totally different mechanic.
It also makes it harder to control your heroes.
Tide's like, all right, I'm going to get a Ravage off, guys. I'm going to blink in and ulti. Even if I hit one, I'm going to make sure I actually get to use Ravage in a fight. Because when have we last seen a Ravage?
They've won the fights without it, though.
Oh, yeah, I'm not flaming in July. He's actually done fine, and they scout him out with that Lightning Bolt, maybe? Not sure.
Oh, they should know they're on the high ground. Are they going to tempt fate? They can also open with the Spectre if they want.
They put a ward on the Radiant base.
Dogfights, Shadow Bladed.
Oh, he wants to be the initiator. Yeah,
They
he
have
needs
the
to go in
sentry.
first so that the Tide can get his ulti off.
They're walking into the pit, but the Haunt comes out there right into the pit, and they're going to walk forward. They are already immediately on top of everybody, and the chase forward for more. Do they want to run these heroes down? They don't have Haunt now. This is a little bit spooky. You got to get the hell out of here.
Yeah, Spectre was weaved as well. I don't think he really wants to fight on low armor, but...
Initiation counter could come out in just a second. In July, though, he gets his blink canceled. It's still up again if they want to go for another round of this. But EHOME.
Both teams don't have their big ulti scouting spell. No Zeus ult, no Spectre ult. These teams may reset as EHOME tries to force the issue in the Roshan pit. They've still got Rocket Flare.
I mean, though, you also have like Spectre Haunt, or not a Haunt, Manta Illusions that can go in a second if they want.
Yep. He's going to send those, yep. He's going to try and figure out just how low Roche is.
Scout them out.
The play.
Immediately there. Clockwork.
Not bouncing off anything.
Trying to block them away. They're draining through the mana. These guys, Faith Beyond is down there. He's already taken a ton of damage from that Witch Doctor ulti, but they managed to get the Grave as well. Is he ended up going down? They're losing him quickly. Miracle is dead. The Ravage to turn it, though. They buy back, but no Haunt to get back into this fight now, and the Doom is going to walk away from them yet again. Does finally fall here. A buyback from the Clockwork as well. A ton of damage coming out from the Zeus. This old chicken still staying alive throughout the whole duration of this.
He's juking with his illusion.
He's actually able to do it. Old chicken! He had Maledict on him. He's purple. Kill the purple guy.
These guys are colorblind, you know? They don't... I guess I just didn't see it. I didn't see the Maledict till he actually ran away with his main hero either, personally, so I don't blame him entirely.
But he has this heart now, and they're just going to walk back in. July is going to die.
He's got the Greaves. That Greaves aura is insane regen when you get low.
Faith Beyond pushing it back again. Roche trying to take down this Nimbus that's just been a pain in his butt.
Nimbus is chipping away at Roche's health. Well, Doom's about to be back alive. His ult is on cooldown, though. 80 seconds. Haunt is back online.
Really? God, that was a long fight.
It was. No Tide ult, no Doom ult. Those two are pretty similar with their cooldowns right now.
No Spectre buyback.
Yes. He's going to chance it, though, and try and... If he gets an Aegis, that makes up quite drastically for not having buyback, and he will get Aegis and Cheese.
Is that seems a little bit strange that EHOME just let him walk in there and take it. I guess
they had to kind of reset. PL had no mana, but it is a bit strange. Super just gets 3-shot by a PL.
What the hell is happening?
He just killed him in like 3 right clicks casually.
All right. I don't know. This is a kind of a weird game, but 40 minutes in, it's the most exciting one that we've had so far in these opens that we've seen, at least, I think.
Things get good in the quarterfinals. No more of those dumpster stomps that happen a bit.
And I believe it is a best of 3 as well, so more to come.
Should be good.
Zeus BKB coming up. What do we have on levels?
His 25 is near-ish. PL, most people are like at level 20 talents. Only Zeus feels like he's close to 25.
Gush armor, maybe? Yeah, the Kraken shell's pretty good.
At level 20.
Ooh. Jumping forward, though. Running into everybody. Faith Beyond going to get caught as well, and they're going to haunt this in, seeing if they can take down that Clockwork and possibly more. But it is also a Doom used off on the side. They're just running away from it. He's still holding on to the Doom. They can try and chase him down, but the Diffusal Blade is out, and Goarva is gone. 2 dead.
No
Happens
buybacks.
in an instant.
Wow. Neither hero with a buyback, and no creep wave pushing out that far in this bottom lane, luckily, but they're going to immediately hunt for more with this high ground ward. They actually have great vision here.
Oh, they could have gone for him. Yeah, but it's too hard
CTY.
to chase. That is huge if they can kill this guy. He does go for the Arcane Rune. He is going to have to play his heart out right now to try and escape. Forced after the high ground. TP away. Nighttime, so they don't aggro him. No roots here.
Yeah. Nicely played. Night Stalker had the crippling... Oh, he had Crippling Fury. He didn't have 100 on the night, so he couldn't actually fly up there. Does escape, luckily. So those 2 kills don't turn into any kind of a push since they went chasing the Zeus.
It does sort of feel like we're sort of drawing towards this inevitability a little bit, though, of like Spectre catching up. And I don't know.
Spectre just gets scarier and scarier with every item. It's going to be Abyssal next, which I quite like having this bash, as well as it's also a tanky item now. It's no longer this damage item with the new Vanguard build-up.
Right.
Well, it has been this way for a while now, but health on Spectre means more dispersion damage, which always feels very good on the hero.
It almost feels like you have to BKB as soon as the Haunt comes out as Zeus, because if you get Abyssaled and then Manta Diffusal on him, he's just gone. Like, that's so much damage, particularly if he's alone.
Yeah. This build is almost like, built to be able to counter the Zeus. I think recognizing the Zeus is the biggest problem hero. Spectre's job is to catch and kill the Zeus. That's why he's gone for this Basher. So yeah, he's going to force Zeus to go this non-ideal item. You never want to build BKB on Zeus. You'd much rather have a Octarine Core or Refresher here. Not the case.
Haster in for Leshrac. Again, they can sort of take their time with this, try and just dominate the map as they see fit, and it leaves not a lot of room for these other heroes to farm. Of course, you've got that GPM pseudo talent for Doom.
Yep.
But other heroes needing to get that farm, and it's not coming easy. PL, has he got anything else? Manta with the butterfly, he's still farmed.
He's just got his butterfly. That's he is. He must be near top net worth. Just doesn't. It feels like okay items to have now. Like these 4 items seem fine. It's more just the order he's bought them has limited what he can do to impact the game. He's 4-3-1 as like the hard carry PL. Like that's fine if that's your score at like 25 minutes where you're not involved in that much. Sure, but once you're at like 35 plus minutes in and there's fights happening, you're the guy that's meant to have itemized and played the game such that you can have an impact, and he hasn't done so.
Well, and you look at the Spectre on the other side, 1, 1, and 13.
Yep.
Like that feels like a very nice.
Oh yeah.
Stats.
He's. I mean, you I guess naturally kind of pad those assists a bit with your ultimate, but
Right.
it also just speaks to the fact that once he got his items, his team got kills.
Right.
Even if you're not really getting those assists, it means your team's getting kills. PL, he's often just sending illusions, mana burning people, but EHOME's unable to get these kills every time they're using a Doom or PL Clockwork go on someone. They're just surviving. All 16 of these kills, it feels like, majority of them were in that early game state.
So still a couple of big items that IGV is looking for. They did finish the Abyssal Blade on the Spectre, but they also have the Glimmer Cape that's being brought out right now to the Witch Doctor, and then it looks like a Nullifier is going to be the item of choice for the Night Stalker after the fact.
Interesting. Nullifier. Sounds good. A lot of these items you wanted to stop people getting off.
Yeah.
Interesting Lincoln's choice for the Zeus.
I guess Abyssal. Oh.
Whoopsie daisy.
Well, EHOME are going to move on now to the next round. The hell
All
just
right,
happened?
that's one way to get a win.
We can check out and see if any of the Southeast Asia or anything is going on. I don't think it is. You said it starts at 1?
Starts at 1, so we got like 2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours.
Okay.
2 more hours. Hopefully we can finish this BO3, depending if it goes 2 or 3 games and how long the games go.
Yeah.
We can always go into SEA a bit late since there'll be drafts and all that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Does look like they're being fixed now, and we're getting back into the game. Yeah, I kind of like the Lincolns in some ways more than the BKB, because like BKB stops the damage, but if Zeus gets initiated on, like he might not have time to pop BKB anyways.
Yes. Looks like Keen won game 1 against LFY, by the way.
Interesting. God, having them face in this early of a round is really unfortunate. I
That
feel
must
like.
have been a quick game, because they started 15 minutes after us, and they're already done with game 1.
Huh.
And they're in 4 minutes into game 2, it looks like, according to TV.
We've got getting closer is 25 talents. 170 arc lightning damage. Is that the pickup? The 275 cast range.
I've seen both. I feel like this game probably the arc lightning damage. They're short on damage, and
There's a lot of ways to get on top of the Zeus.
yeah, they've got to jump with Haunt, which cast range isn't going to help you against. Does help you against like a Tide Ravage a bit. Night Stalker maybe. Like theoretically, it helps you keep your distance a little bit better. Doesn't have the Aether Lens as well.
So we've talked about damage issues on the Radiant a lot. Have they solved that with the Butterfly, the Manta, the Diffusal?
Not really.
Okay.
I think it was more they need damage items earlier, because they were the one, like when you're ahead, you want to have ways to kill your opponents. Like they were up 2, 3, 4k gold. Spectre didn't have Radiance, or was close to Radiance, or had just bought it, and they couldn't do damage. Like they would kept dooming people, and they wouldn't die. At this point, your PL does sometimes fall off in terms of damage, depending on how he itemizes. And this is not a build where he's gone for like single target damage. Didn't go any kind of Silver Edge into like, I don't know, Basher type build,
Right.
which is what he's got. He's now got the Silver Edge queued up. I feel like this should have been his second or third item. Shadow Blade. Shadow Blade at least. Silver Edge sounds great as well because you're against Spectre Tide.
Right.
But Zeus is continuing to dish out good damage. We'll see if he's enough.
We did also just see the Clockwork buy 2 tomes and give them to the PL. So he's trying to get to that level 25 talent. All right. Fights around the Roche pit. Dogfight's going to be the one to break the smoke. Spots people, decides to run the hell away. Goodbye.
Yep. That's done. They smoke to the bounty runes, it looks like, for the most part, although they only grab the one. Okay. Expecting perhaps iG.V to come in, and iG.V had a nice ward by that top shrine, which didn't get dewarded. They checked the hill, but they did not check this bit by the shrine, and CTY is standing right on top of it.
2 tomes.
It's blocking the camp. He should know.
Where is he?
The Zeus.
Oh, okay.
This ward that's blocking the camp that they didn't deward. These kind of wards, you know, they'll win you games.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that he just kind of leaves that one. Maybe he thought he blocked it or something.
Yeah. Because it was like when they smoke, so.
And there also is a sentry ward like right next to it. That's...
Yeah. Like once you have enough mana regen, you just got to be using your bolt every off cooldown to scout for wards, because there's 4 great, very useful observer wards up on the map for the dire side. This just feels like they have so much info to play around because of.
They just bought 3 tomes. Super brings out another one now. I feel like we should give this to somebody else.
On the Radiant side?
On the Dire side.
On Dire side. Oh,
they bought 2, and then they had another one, I guess?
Huh. Hoarding these tomes. Lesh gets his 25.
I feel like you give this to Spectre, right?
I think Spectre is close enough that he doesn't need it, but we'll see. It's one of those things where you're like, when you're this close to 25, do you really want to take it?
I would.
He will.
Oh, yeah. Greedy guy. Let's do it.
If that's my team, I would not have given him that.
He just got his level 15. He's got 120 GPM.
But, you tell that Spectre, just go farm 1 ancient stack and you're 25. Those tomes are 1 every 10 minutes.
That's great.
He was, unless there was like literally a fight, like a Roche fight about to break out, which maybe he could literally have farmed this ancient camp here. These black dragons would have given him 25.
Okay.
That maybe with 1 neutral camp.
Ooh, look at that one. Tide Hunter.
Yes. Okay. I like that getting mana regen against the PL because he keeps losing all his mana to these illusions.
Yeah, just the bigger mana pool in general is nice. Although he's going into this fight, I'm assuming it's going to be a fight with limited mana.
He's got the cheese now. Yes,
Dog
clarity
fights.
hit.
Look at all those illusions that have spawned out there. Tons of them coming in as they're trying to chase these heroes down. The Ravage is going to be out, though, in time. Can they do enough damage? They take down 1, possibly going to take down a second as well. There are like a billion illusions that are jumping around from Old Chicken, and he is just creating so many of them. Are they actually going to be able to keep this fight going? He took the Doppelganger cooldown, I believe, and as he creates more of them, it increases the duration as well, but they're still being ran down, and Zeus dropped up in the high ground. He is going to be isolated, controlled, and killed.
That Doppelganger cooldown created so much havoc and allowed the PL to survive, but his teammates, not so lucky, just get overrun. Spectre, Leshrac just charging through absolutely everyone. They're ready to go high ground. There are buybacks available. Doom needs to get off that big ultimate on somebody, but just feels hard to do because of the gem. He can't just go invising in and expect to get a good ulti off. He almost feels like he needs a blink dagger or something.
So this is the weird thing. You get an extra 2 seconds on all of your illusions as you do this. So every time he creates more of them, he comes to lane with a little bit more illusions getting spawned. And, well, in July, getting all of his mana burns. Slowly and steadily, they're forcing them back. Faith Beyond catches 1 there as well as the computer begins to die from all of the illusions and spam coming out. Radiance burn as well. Old Chicken down low. He's out of mana now as well. But the muted Tide Hunter running away. Can he get outside of range? He might need to be denied here in a second, but it's not going to happen. So they lose the Tide Hunter and now going to need to retreat. Oh, but Super, he got caught. And they've caught the Witch Doctor as well as he's eventually going to be killed off, I think. Yeah, I got them. That's the Roche.
Can they get a Roche out of this? That would definitely make these buybacks feel a whole lot better. And you can back it up and get a Refresher Shard. Here we go. Double Doom. That's how you win this game if you're EHOME. But they've got to finish off Roche first. Buybacks coming into play with 1 second till Haunt. Miracle's ready to go. He may just want to Haunt in.
Thinking about it, again, it's so hard because if they do manage to get the Refresher Shard and then they can possibly find a Dune, you might just end up losing the game. Now Dogfights is going to be isolated. They find the catch there, and the Haunt in. It's not looking good enough. There's a lot of things on the ground. I don't know if Miracle got any of them, though. There's still a cheese in there.
He's forced to run away. Doesn't get fully chased back. And even cleared an item slot for the Aegis. Just couldn't pick it up in time.
And now Haunt is on cooldown. Don't call it a comeback.
Well, what have we got here?
There's still a cheese. Go get that.
Yeah, I think got to keep stock of who's picked up what's going on there. Maybe they thought Spectre picked it up.
They might be going now.
Come on, Doom.
Oh. Okay, somebody's letting us know. Thanks, Chinese Observer.
Yep.
So yeah, Refresher Shard Doom, though, like you said, important part of this one.
It's critical. I think this double Doom in late game when there's everyone has buybacks and when there's multiple players going to Doom, you need 2 Dooms. The hero has just too long of a cooldown. 145-second cooldown. The fact the cooldown doesn't scale as you level up Doom is really crippling for this hero in late game. There's not many cooldowns of Doom's length in late game Dota. Even like Enigma's Black Hole gets really short because late game Enigma, you have this cooldown talent, you have like an Octarine core, you have you get a refresher, I guess, but you have all this cooldown talent which kind of changes things, whereas Doom doesn't have that same luxury.
Yeah.
And you're not buying Octarine core on Doom.
No, that's pretty terrible.
I've seen it before, but it was pretty terrible.
You buy it first item, so you get more Devours. Yeah.
He's got that Doom DPS, so it's almost doubling the Doom damage output.
Jeez.
It's pure damage, so Spectre or Tide, they will feel a whole lot squishier now with this Doom Mag Scepter.
Well, and Miracle is kind of fully committing to this like pick-off Spectre type of build, and I guess that it makes sense because you're going to get your passives disabled anyways if you get hit by the Doom.
Yep.
Oh, they got the cheese for
He's
themselves.
good. That's an old cheese.
Dogfights. Again, running into some trouble, and now the hook shot in. Got half there if they want to keep the chase going. Old Chicken, Propagate Illusions, burning through the mana. They do have Haunt back up again if they want to try and go for another round of this in a second.
Yep. And just burning mana is one of the most useful things PL can do in these late game fights. It's going to make it very annoying and difficult for some of these heroes to keep on battling. Like a Spectre with no mana, just not able to use Dagger, just limits his mobility in a team fight. It has the MKB now, so not having to worry about that mischance as much.
Look at these illusions. He just summons billions of them.
It's pretty nutty.
Although he does need to be a little bit careful. If they get hit by the Hex here, Blink Hex.
Well,
Look at him
keep
go.
making more. Keep on sending them in while his hero hits the buildings.
Okay, they jump in on the backlines. The Ravage is out on absolutely everybody. They're all being evaporated. Dead in an instant. There's no Doom. There's no nothing.
Oh no, it did not go how you wanted to. Old Chicken, he thought he had the genius plan to end the game.
He's like, look at this, guys. It's so cool.
The slow illusion siege was not the end-all be-all of strats. Turns out he's not Zhao 8.
Oh, no. And there's going to be the Yule Scepter trying to live for even a moment, but it's a triple kill for half.
They do not have buybacks. Just, you're letting your teammates initiate when you're the ones pushing, and Doom didn't use a single ulti. He had 2, got 0 off, and that's kind of how these fights are decided, is who gets the better jump. If Injulite gets off a good Blink Ravage, that was amazing. As far as his initiation goes, they win the fight. If Guevara on his Doom can get off a key Doom on Spectre or Tide, fight goes the other way. Even Lesh, like, you don't mind dooming the Lesh if you actually kill him. You just want to make sure you kill a core hero with your Dooms.
Well, and now the pressure up, but like you said, Gavari walks forward. How you doing, buddy? Time to run at you a little bit. The second one can come out as well if they want to choose their target correctly, but it looks like they might just wait for the full duration afterwards.
He's not going to get the kill on Spectre, though.
Doom is going
he's going to die.
drop.
He's going to kill Spectre still. Spectre is just
far too much damage there, and they aren't going to be able to keep him alive, but instead it is going to be Old Chicken who's also being ran down. This is big. The turnaround, the Cogs onto 3, but half. The BKB is already out. Miracle bought back, though, and now he's into this fight yet again with those Boots of Travel.
He has to make sure he does not get doomed. Doom is healing.
But they don't have a Zeus right now, so a lot of that damage that they had previously, you take a look at it. I guess there's actually 4,000 damage dealt by this Doom.
Night Stalker has the gem. He needs to avoid this Night Stalker detection if he wants to get in there. And Miracle, you can see playing very far back, knowing that if he does get doomed, I think they're well aware that Doom had that refresher. He will go down.
They do have Haunt also, so if they can manage to find him at the very start of this one and open up with their Missile Blade, they can blow him up. There's the Hex immediately on top of this Doom. Can they blow him up in time, or is he going to be able to turn the tides onto them? Brought him down to half HP. The stun is there, the silence is there, and iG.V most likely going to take this game number 1.
That was very heads up from Miracle. He was miles away. He was way back where the tier 2 tower is in lane. He wasn't anywhere near the base until they saw the Doom. The second that they see the Doom, they hex him. Miracle haunts in Abyssal Blade, Manta style, and he knows that he can't get Doom once he's on top of Doom with Bash and Manta style. Very heads up, and I think Doom should have just waited for his BKB, because without BKB there, he just dies when he goes in. He desperately needed that magic immunity, and they pay the price, as it does look like iG.V should take game 1.
Well, again, they're going to hope to hold, and it's the 2 cores that are left, but with all the supporting cast that iG.V has, it's a hard ask, because they want to fully commit for this one. They will have Diabolic Edict back up in 6 seconds, and that's the 50 instances, but it looks like actually EHOME are going to hold. Maybe I called that one a bit too early, but I don't know. It's still looking pretty much there.
It's looking pretty over one way or another, even if they do hold here. Miracle dying without buyback, though, there is a small win condition for EHOME. They're going to be back in 30 seconds, but we saw how Miracle played earlier when his buyback was on cooldown after Doom was looking for that initiation, so I'd expect more discipline from Miracle, just making sure there's no comeback potential.
Yeah. Obviously, you get another Doom, you get a pick off, things could...
Yeah. Yeah, like you say, it's definitely not over, even though it feels like it, just because of how Polis they're playing, and Miracle finds a cheese in the Roche pit.
Hey, look at that.
It's a nice, fine, well-aged cheddar.
And level 25s, we're getting towards most of them now also. I guess the cooldown reduction for Tidehunter is really nice with going this Hex build, and even the Greaves and Pipe.
I mean, talk about those big late-game ulti cooldowns, and Ravage suddenly 110. It makes a big difference when Doom's stuck at 145, that your cooldown is suddenly significantly shorter than his.
Yeah.
Higher uptime on these ultimates is always just feels good in late-game Dota.
Smoke out. They also have that nullifier on Night Stalker. 22,000 net worth lead.
Substantial.
And, well, they're in front. Old chicken.
What can you find? Spectre's nowhere to be seen. Back in the bottom lane, not going to get caught out. There's no arcane room. We'll see if Tide, Tide's going to grab that.
Look at this old chicken play. What in the hell?
You don't want to charge for it. They want to pick a fight where they're initiating and where they get Dooms off, which feels tricky to do right now. Doom bought a Blink. He had a Plate Mail, I'm pretty sure, which he sold.
Yeah, he had the Shiva's Guard queued up for a really long time.
Yeah.
Oh, the Hex. I don't know if this is necessarily the greatest fight in the world, though. They could still get Ravaged if they manage to get it off. The BKB is there. They find it, but it's on the Tidehunter. I don't know if that's the proper target for them, as they're going to isolate this Doom, try and run him down. On the other side, Faith Beyond is going to be isolated. They do kill off half here, and Old Chicken still living for the moment. Okay.
Well, they're holding on, but I don't know about this. They no longer have Doom for their high ground defense.
Yeah.
Spectre still has cheese. He's no longer afraid of anything, since the Doom is all that can really kill him. So he's just going to buy a refresher, sell the heals. Not sure that's going to solve everything, but yes, Roche is indeed up. And safety first from iG.V. They probably could go for that last line of racks, but they're going to make the more assured play and go for the reliable Roche.
Miracle has picked up the heart also now. And Zeus realizes what's going on. Unfortunately, they don't really have the items or heroes to contest this.
Yeah. I think this is one of those, well, it's probably almost, you feel okay about this, them getting Roche, just because you have Doom on cooldown. You're like, well, we definitely can't contest it. And you're almost worried about the game being lost if they went to push with Doom down. With that said, they will have still 70 seconds with Doom down where they can go push. So it still feels like you're a bit nervous if you're in EHOME shoes.
And you talked about that difference in the cooldowns. Like, in July right now is going to have double Ravage.
Yeah. He had an Arcane Rune last fight, so it was a very short cooldown already. And he's good to go. Looks like they are waiting for another item or two, though. Or some buybacks or something on this dire side. Leshrac has no buyback for 6.5 minutes, but that's why they give him the Aegis instead of Spectre. Spectre's buyback 2.5 minutes away. Seems iG.V have made the call to wait for buybacks. At least Spectre's buyback, that is.
Yeah, it does feel like the safer option. And
yeah.
I guess, again, like the worry of eventually getting picked off in that timing window when you still don't have buyback is there. But maybe you don't have that opportunity if you just stay far enough back.
You don't feel scared about losing if this game drags, I think. You're scared about losing if somebody dies without buyback. Like, that's the worst thing that can happen in this game. Like, dragging this game out to 80, 90 minutes, you still feel like you're in full control.
Yeah.
Not that you want to have an 89-minute game, but this buyback cooldown is just the most dangerous thing that exists right now. So they'll play it slow, even if it's not the most riveting way to play Dota.
Yeah.
I don't blame them. I think I would make the same call. If you're playing Spectre in Miracle's shoes, you're saying, look, I get why we gave it Aegis to Lesh, but if I get doomed, I could die without buyback, and that may lose us the game. Like, why risk it? Why do anything? They're sticking us 5. 100%. Yeah. They're just sticking us 5 100%. Until Miracle has buyback, he will not go away from his team. He will not expose himself as well.
And that's the type of play that you're going to need if you want to go into the regional qualifiers and compete against, all of these other top teams here. China having a very, very full roster.
Yep.
And, well, we are now only about a minute away from that point when we'll have buyback on the Spectre. Other heroes still fairly close. The hook shot in. Immediately gone. Super in some trouble. Dogfights trying to run away, but he's caught again in the double ulti as well. As Corvette is also going to be isolated, though. They find the kill on the Doom. He has buyback. Ravage there on to 2, but Old Chicken got the BKB off first. Second Ravage comes out. That one hits as they start to bring him down low. Can they kill him off in time? Well, they managed to throw out a Doom. Now it's onto the Spectre. Need to get the hell out of here. You do not want to lose this hero at this point in the game. As they come out with another refresher shard, he's gone. Spectre is dead. Does have buyback again in 20 seconds, but this is not the way you want this fight to go at all.
They're holding on. This is somehow working out okay. They've killed 4. Leshrac doesn't have buyback. He's got the Bloodstone, so he lost Aegis, then had the Bloodstone, so he had a short respawn. And Spectre, as you mentioned, buyback coming back up as we speak. Well, things get dicey.
I mean, if you walk into that circle of hell that's like a, Zeus ulti and cogs and everything else.
Yeah, Zeus did 12k damage in that fight.
Oh, God.
I think we're looking at one of those 100k plus Zeus games in terms of damage done. Wow. Not over yet.
Yeah, and you don't want to use buyback here if you don't have to for iG.Vitality, but you might have to. Honestly, the way that this is looking.
Can they threaten buildings fast enough? There's double damage rune up top. PL, Boots of Travel, he's maybe going to be able to go pick it up. Yeah, he's going for it.
That's the good call. And
Flutter, get there quicker.
Doom is looking towards a refresher. It's still a long ways away.
Yeah, he had to buy back that fight, so... Still, as good as that fight looks, it's like now if you die here, you're in trouble.
And Leshrac just might. He gets the BKB off though in time, and that's going to be the Hex to turn this back around. They've got the Clockwork isolated, and they are going to be able to fully stun lock him, but the Grave comes out again at the last second, and now the DD rune turning on a Half. He doesn't have his BKB anymore. Half is starting to go down low. They try and Ravage to save his life, but it's not there, and they're still not buying back on the Spectre. He buys back now with only 20 seconds remaining on it, and they are going to be able to maybe take down one Old Chicken trying to run away. Do they have detection? They do spot him out, but another Grave comes out. He runs away, and now Gara turning back in. 20 seconds until Doom. If they don't time this right, if they're not careful, they might lose the Spectre again.
He's healing with his heart now. Okay, Radiance will get rid of it for now. They may just stick around and re-engage. Unfortunately, though, their base... Yep, their base is being chipped at. Tense times here.
But again, 5,600 damage dealt.
Some great Dazzle plays from Y. Faith Beyond getting some great Clockwork initiations in 2.
I think you need to try and take out the Dazzle at the beginning, maybe, or Spectre now. What do you think?
We saw a few fights where that was actually, like, Spectre would actually just ulti and gun for the Dazzle.
Right.
Dazzle has to, like, instantly Glimmer Cape to stay alive, since Spectre won't have detection. And if, one of, like, the Night Stalker or whoever isn't with him, or Tide, I guess, as the gem, he will survive through it.
Yeah. And, of course, his finger is just going to be ready on that thing the whole time. You talk about vision advantage too. Like Night Stalker usually gives you that, and they do have some pretty decent wards right now, but it almost feels like they need to sort of go for a smoke gank or something, or catch EHOME off guard. It feels like they can't really take fights on EHOME's territory anymore without it just going terribly awry. So, tough stuff. 65 minutes in. 12,000 net worth lead, but starting to feel less and less important.
Yeah, at this point, that gold number is definitely not a key indicator as to where this game is at. The Rex, though, still makes this game a lot easier for iG.V. They are able to keep these lanes pushed out far easier. But again, their Spectre's buyback is on cooldown for a very long period of time, which is what kind of crippled them and forced them to play this slow pace. The second his buyback came up, he had to use it.
They're all there.
It's like he permanently does not have buyback.
Jump Hex maybe is an opening if they spot him out. Why? Right there on top of him. They're going to blow up the Dazzle right at the start. Now they isolate the Zeus. They take him down. Old Chicken is all alone. They do a buyback on the Dazzle, but no buyback on the Zeus. And now everybody else running away. Looks like they're going to try and cut their losses. But will they let him? Yeah, no blink in 6 seconds.
Haunts on cooldown. Doesn't look like they will find too much more.
That's what they needed.
Just buyback 3 minutes. Are they going to go for the high ground push, or are they going to do like, let's wait for another Roshan? Now, I feel like they could have got Mega Creeps last time when they went for Roche. They were playing it safe.
Yeah.
But that maybe cost them as they put more on a timer now because of it.
I mean, can they still defend without Zeus? I feel like he's so much of their damage.
Depending on Doom, they can. Needs to get a good Doom off on either Tide or Spec.
Refresher.
Oh, he must have sold something to get this.
He sold his, no? Yeah, his urn.
Money for
his Spirit Vessel.
Okay, yeah, he had 0 charges, so screw it, why not? Spirit Vessel is pretty good when you're doing, like he was doing Spectre and using Spirit Vessel at the same time to stop some of the healing, but...
Probably the least known hero on the, or rather player on this entire EHOME roster. And EHOME putting all of their hopes and dreams onto the back of him for the next 50 seconds. Yep. iG.V.
Can you get a Blink Doom off?
Oh, they're moving forward for this.
So hard with that darkness now being popped. 30 seconds on Zeus. They'd almost rather wait for Zeus to come back at this point.
That's really scary. Because then they could find that initiation on him. Dogfights is visible right now. They see him.
Nightstalker.
They're walking forward. There's the Ravage, but the BKB's already out from one. They're walking forward. They get the Doom. It's onto a decent target in the Leshrac, but he did have his ultimate off. The second one, though. No, they get the Abyssal. He can't make it happen. They do have a second one. They're available, but can they take him down in time? It's not going to happen. They isolate and kill off yet another. No buyback on the Doom. No buyback on the Dazzle either. And it looks like finally they might have this one.
Zeus is coming back, but it feels too late. Clockwork and
the
PL have buybacks, so...
Okay, there's a glyph as well. The chase, the first round. The Nimbus is down.
Refresher.
Faith Beyond catching Miracle there. He wants to try and jump away. The Haunt is there, and he gets to the other side of the cogs, flipping every which way.
They're going to hold on to their racks.
What in the hell?
Oh my gosh. Miracle managed to like juke with his Manta Style because Doom was like halfway through casting his second Doom, and I think he realized it was an illusion. Or he got bashed. He was actually about to Doom an illusion, so maybe the bash stopped him, but whatever it was. No second Doom on the Spectre. Manta Style helping Miracle stay alive. Zeus, his buyback's back up in a minute. God, what am I watching?
I don't know, man. What the heck is happening? I mean, can't you just go right now if you're iG.Vitality? There's no Doom. Everybody's up.
Yeah, you kind of can, but again, it's the same thing where you're scared because your carries don't have buyback. Neither Spectre nor Leshrac have buyback. Do you want to risk it? The answer we've seen to that question has been consistently no with this team.
Right.
Definitely they can, but they have always chosen not to. They've chosen to wait for Roshan, which has respawned, and they see it with their courier. And sure enough, Gabe. I can't even be upset about this because I think it's the safer, probably slightly more correct way to play Dota. The last Roche I didn't like. This Roche is okay. Last Roche it felt like they definitely could have gone high ground, but hey, they're going to have Aegis-G's Refresher. Leshrac takes the Aegis since his buyback is further away. He's on 6 minutes. Spectre is on 1 minute 50 until buyback, so... Like last time, they're going to get the Aegis, and now they have to wait 2 more minutes because Spectre doesn't have buyback, and it's like this exact same scenario. 2 heroes with no buyback, only one can take Aegis, so they get Aegis, but then they have to keep on turtling.
You know what happened, though? The last time this happened, they managed to get a range rack. So this time, cross your fingers.
Amelie Rings?
Maybe.
That's a big ask.
It is.
It's a big
And then the
ask.
game's still probably not going to be over, to be
Yeah.
honest.
You think this game ends with mega creeps
Did he just eat a cheese for no reason?
on somebody? I
Dog
heard it.
fights?
I heard the noise.
Maybe he just misclicked? Yeah, he must have been trying to hit his phase boots. All right. He's got him to spare. It's fine.
Well,
They also have triple Ravage, triple Hex.
yeah.
And triple Blink.
That watch out for that triple blink. It's gonna blink in, blink out, then blink back in.
Yeah.
Get the full mind games going. We'll see if Doom can get a Doom on him. He just hit level 25 with a tome. What's he getting? Probably Infernal Blade damage. I feel like I would have considered Cleave just because of all these waves pushing, but he actually has no damage. He doesn't have an AC. He doesn't have any attack speed or damage, so never mind.
This
Okay.
talent, it always looks so... I've seen it one time, and it just looked awful. 100% Cleave, is that really that good?
I saw it once and it was good.
Really?
I think it was at Super Major where it was just the perfect game for it. I can't remember exactly. It was against the PL.
Okay.
They just had no illusion clear. They were winning, but the PL was starting to become a problem, and this Doom's like, don't worry, guys, I got it. He had like...
Your attack's so slow, though.
Yeah, he had attack speed items. That's the big thing. Is he
okay.
had an AC that game, like Tread's AC, which was enough, with the Alpha Wolf aura too, so... He still attacked pretty slow, but it was just enough for him.
Well, 70 minutes into this one. Night Stalker, Hunter in the Night attack speed. He's punching with the nullifier. It's pretty big.
Yeah, I mean, plus 140 attack speed, since it's often nighttime. That is pretty damn good indeed.
Clockwork almost has that battery assault interval. I don't think the True Sight is value enough.
It's pretty awful level 25 talent.
Yeah. What if it was like a level 15 talent?
Yeah, I was thinking like what level would make sense for this talent. I think level 15 is where a True Sight Rocket Flare talent makes sense. It's a really cool thing. It's like a very unique mechanic, getting True Sight from a talent on a spell, but I think it should be level 15.
Dogfights. They spotted him for just a second as he headed by. There's sentries everywhere in this game. And with the Aghanim Scepter, he spots all their heroes as well.
Yeah. He sees all these sentries that are in gem range, but ultimately can't do a whole lot about it.
And again, they're set up now. The buybacks have all just about come off cooldown at this point, with the exception of Leshrac, but it looks like with the Spectres, they're going to feel comfortable walking forward.
On the Radiant side, no PL, no Clockwork. Those are the two main heroes missing it. Zeus has 8,000 gold. Can't buy too much. He's got like a Dagon 5 queued up. Sell your Veil, dude. And I mean, Veil's a great item, even late game, since it's percent-based bonus damage, and he is all magic damage. But
did they just go like full-on EHOME? What EG did to them? TI8?
everyone get Dagon 5s.
Yeah.
I'm down for it. Why not? I don't know what else you do here.
He's going for it.
Spam Dagon 5 on Spectre or something and hope for the best with Veil. Maybe that's where the Veil makes sense. He actually didn't sell the Veil. He sold something else.
He hooked the creeps. They jump forward. They're trying to take down one. Who do they find? Nobody yet with this Haunt. It looks like everybody's still living. But they are trying to take down these barracks. It's not really doing any damage to them either.
They've got 50 seconds left on Aegis.
That's a Haunt down? Jump forward. The Doom is trying to come out. Do they manage to get it onto anybody? It comes after the Ravage, but that Daisy doesn't get any other Ravages off. Trying to run away now. They do have that Refresher. They can jump back in and try and take down Miracle with the second Doom if they want, but they buy back already in Tidehunter. Miracle is down super low. Can they isolate him and kill him off? It doesn't look like it's going to happen, though.
Double Nimbus just stopping anyone from going near. Spectre luckily gets out. Will TP home.
But
they're going to kill Lesh twice.
The pushback. He has his BKB. I'm not sure if it's going to be good enough, though. With the Aghanim's Clockwork hook, they're catching him. They're killing
thinking
him.
about using Doom. They don't want to.
And they still don't have the
Spectre's
barracks.
back. Can they Doom in? No, he's gone on the Doom. Doom needs to get out of this one. He's Shadow Blades. They've got no detection.
The Grave gets him away as well. And if they want to, that's another Haunt use now.
Yeah, they couldn't quite find the Spectre to get Doom out on. Doom was more focused on surviving, which can't blame him. He actually did not have buyback. He was 100 gold short.
They hold.
They hold versus Aegis. Lesh is dead. Is EHOME actually going to win this game? It's starting to feel that way.
I mean, does it set them towards anything, though? Like,
I mean, everything needs to set... The way you win this game is you kill heroes that don't have buyback, which only happens if IGV kind of let you in some ways, because EHOME aren't able to like push out these waves well enough, or EHOME have to just make a Hail Mary, let's go 5-man down mid when they don't have buybacks and hope we can kill them and win a fight. But the problem is when they're pushing, they get blink ravaged. Like we saw last time. The one time they took that tier 3 mid tower, it was like a blink 4 5-man ravage. They get wiped. So they don't want to just 5-man down a lane, because that's where Doom struggles to get his Dooms off and where Tide has the easiest possible use of ravage.
Right. Scariest stuff.
Okay. What comes next? Has everyone hit 25? Dazzle's not. Not a big deal.
Yeah, what is his anyways?
That's a good question.
Shadow Wave, cool. Weave armor per second? Okay. That's a lot of armor.
Okay.
They don't do that much physical damage, though.
No.
I guess maybe they would if they had the weave armor with, like,
Yeah.
the illusions or something.
Wonder what he would get. Shadow Wave goes from 6 seconds to 2-second cooldown. Probably the Shadow Wave, I guess.
With all the illusions? Hey!
Yeah, I think it's a nuke as well as a heal, which is the good thing about that.
They're both just sitting in their bases.
Yeah, man, Chinese Dota is alive and kicking. It's strong. This is like 2012 all over again. LGD, they're trying to break that stereotype. Chinese Dota, we play fast, aggressive, fun heroes, fun Dota. Everyone's been like, yeah, LGD, man, great team to watch. And then you've got these guys and like, no. Let's remind everyone what Chinese Dota is all about.
Absolutely.
The strategy, these stalemates, or these forced stalemates. It's a stalemate by choice. These teams are like, we refuse to go higher ground. We are going to take every single Roche, not push until we have 5 buybacks, and then when one hero dies, everyone backs off.
We do have, though, the big winner in all this is Witch Doctor. 120 GPM talent at level 15, and he also got the 75 Death Ward damage, and now he can go for an Ags. Super is buff. He's a big guy right now.
Yep.
Look at him compared to Dazzle.
Yeah, it's a happy Witch Doctor this game. Some people are asking for some updates for other games. It looks like King Gaming is about to 2-0 LFY, so they're going to play 2 games before we finish 1.
Jeez. You kidding me? What in the hell? All right, EHOME and iG.V.
Because the winner of this versus the winner of that series, I believe, was the bracket.
I feel like this is one of those games where it goes so late that it turns into, like, if you lose this game, you just, like, lose the next one, too. It's like a morale breaker.
You're broken at that point.
Yeah.
In some way.
Especially if you're iG.V. Like, if EHOME lose this, well, I guess it's another one where they have experience with that type of thing.
Yeah, I think this is way worse for iG.V to lose than for EHOME. I think EHOME loses. It's like, well, we thought we were going to lose for most of half the game, and we ended up losing. Oh, well. We held on for 40 minutes and made it close. Like, you feel okay about that.
Yeah.
You're going to feel a bit tired and exhausted and like, oh, man, we're going to play another game now. But for iG.V, it's way more demoralizing to lose when you're up 5 rags with a late game Spectre.
Looking for their opening. Faith Beyond spots one. They're there. The Hex, the Initiation, it's coming out onto all of them. They managed to get the Glimmer Cape off on the Dazzle, living for the moment. They isolate, take him down, but Faith Beyond still living with that Grave on top of him. I don't know if he's going to be able to get out of there, though. Double Dagon, triple Dagon. Going to try and take down and kill off the Night Stalker. They do bring him down. Now, can they find any more than miss on the stomp?
Yeah. Doom was just very patiently. The second Haunt gets used, he just Shadow Blades because he knows he can't go in with Shadow Blade. He has to go in with a Blink BKB with like a Blink War Stomp.
Yeah.
But everyone was so far away, and he can't blink because of the Spectre Radiance, so made his life very difficult, that team fight. But it ends up okay, those double Dagons. They are going full EG.
Yeah. I guess it's just the one. It was the Thunder God's Wrath times 2 also, and then it was the double with the Refresher.
It looked like it was 2 heroes in some ways.
And Clockwork hit his 25.
I'm listening. I'm like, that sounds way too fast. What do you know? He did not get Rocket Flare to sight.
All right, Witch Doctor, you got to win them the game. He has 18 Sentry Wards.
He's being a good support. Will he buy this Ags? Doesn't want to until he has enough surplus.
But EHOME, slowly and steadily, pulling themselves back from the jaws of defeat.
They are indeed. They're holding on. That's where it feels good, like Witch Doctor having a GPM talent, these long games. GPM talents, you feel extra value.
Yeah.
XP talents, super non-value when everyone's level 25.
You know, we started this game and I was like, oh man, I want to go get a monster. And I was like, oh, I'll just watch this real quick and then afterwards I'll run down and grab one. I was worried that I wouldn't have time or something, you know?
I started this game thinking when this game ends, you know, we can take a break. And we tried to get Wingstop yesterday. Let's get some Wingstop today. But I'm pretty sure they're closed.
Oh, no.
Because we were too late yesterday and now this game went 80 minutes. So I think it's like, is it midnight? It's 11:50. They close at 12. No
Rip.
Wingstop for us.
There'll be more choice. There's lots
yeah.
of opportunities for Wingstop.
No, we'll get there eventually.
6,800 gold right now on the Spectre.
Roche is back up. Who's going to get it?
Oh, just all in for the Rex. No, they're not going to do
I
that.
don't have the damage through backdoor, I don't think. Lesh Diabolic Edict of Explosions? Maybe. Lesh is 8k gold. How, are we up to 10 buybacks yet? No. Close.
Yeah, need a
Close to
couple
9
more.
at least.
Oh, the opening. They're
Place
on
to
kind
buy.
of a weird one. They catch
Doom?
the
Can he get his
Spectre.
ulti up? They caught Spectre, but he didn't Doom.
Oh no, and Miracle now jumps on top of him. Doom is gone. He does that buyback immediately, though. One Ravage already used. Now, do they have a second one if they want to use it? In July, uses the Refresher Orb, still holding onto the Shard. Catches with the Clockwork there, as well as Old Chicken. Now, they do have a third if they want to make it happen, but they get the Doom onto that Tidehunter, taking him down. And the Doom, he does have a second one with his Refresher, but he's dead. No buyback on the Doom. They might have maybe. I don't want to jinx it. We'll just keep watching the fight as they take down and going to kill off
They're going
this
to buy back.
PL.
And don't worry, they've got buybacks. and you know, they could push for Rax and Throne, but Gabe Roche is up. You
That's
know.
true.
Come on. Why would they
Jesus.
push? That's nonsense, you know? There's a Roche to kill.
He's hitting pretty hard now. Look at the Roche's damage. 324.
Gosh. How much is that slam doing?
I don't know.
Damage growth per minute, 10.
Okay.
81 minutes.
So 800 damage.
10 damage plus 70 base. Is it doing 900 damage slam? It is reduced by magic resistance, I assume, but
Yeah.
that's still a lot of damage from the slam.
All right. Well, we've got more refresher shards.
They didn't even use tides.
No.
Okay. He's got an arcane rune, but he may not get to use it because Ravage, he has to wait 40 seconds, and that arcane rune will be expired around then.
So, again, one tier
man.
4 tower remains and a melee barracks.
It's hard for Doom to get these ults off, but he actually had a chance there.
Yeah.
Clockwork, Hook Spectre, he was stunned, and he didn't Doom him. He must have thought it was an illusion or something, because that was a free Doom. Clockwork made the right play. He keeps on making right plays. He is stalling and buying so much time. The Nimbus on the high ground, they can't push.
Oh my god, are you kidding me?
They need another Roche game. They gotta wait. You gotta fall back, guys. Stall the game out.
Yeah, it's only 7 minutes.
Keep farming. Wait another Roche, guys. This is not okay. This push is not working. Maybe the next Roche will fix it.
Also, maybe getting runes, you know, to be
Yes.
honest.
85-minute runes, those
Yeah.
are good. 90-minute. Think how much gold you get from the 90-minute bounty runes.
Jump in. Trying to take down another. They all back out. The Ravage only connects onto one. Mr. Clockwork, a second Ravage comes out as well. Old Chicken not going to be caught by that one because he got his BKB and trying to doppelganger away. The Witch Doctor Ultimate not doing nearly enough damage, and they're
Ruby's
trying to
back.
full in for this one. Can
10
they take it
seconds.
down? The melee barracks, it drops.
Oh.
And
You think that's GG. You viewers thought it's GG because they get megas. How wrong you are.
Oh. Yeah, it's oh, dogfights. It's behind enemy lines. What you doing there, mister?
That's right. I don't
Hello?
know. What's he up to? Just use your cheese, man. You should get that cheese in and just pop it.
They're still hanging around here. This is an awkward place for them to fight. Kind of. Maybe not.
They're just doing so good at jumping the Doom every fight. Like they're not committing until they see Doom and they can either blink Hex in, blink Ravage, haunt into Abyssal Blade. Every single fight Doom is being prioritized. Public enemy number 1.
Oh, in July just popped his refresher, so he's got one Ravage for this fight.
Okay.
One shot, one
Was it a
opportunity.
misclick? Oh. See how he does.
Tier 4 tower is already down. Diabolic Edict, it's going. There's the Aeon Disc already used. They caught themselves a Zeus. He's turned into a little piggy. Old Chicken, seeing if he can take down
Can't
Mr.
find the
Half.
Doom. Oh, he's got the Tide.
Oh, okay. That's not bad. They're
just
still
dying.
looking.
He's gotten ages.
Round 2, ding, ding, ding. Let's see if they can go in for this
He's
one.
spying back. Oh my gosh. Leshracky doesn't have an Aegis. We got to back, guys.
Run away, quick!
They're waiting for Tide's Doom is about to wear off. He's now got a Ravage.
Looking for that opening. Blink off cooldown. Still has the pipe as well. Pops it there. Thinking about jumping, but
They might
the
jump the
Ancient
Zeus.
is falling. And all they need is just a little... Oh, pump fake. Okay, hits it
Zeus
on the
BKB
second time.
though.
BKB is there. So much damage with the Thunder God's
Witch
Wrath.
Doctor,
It's
you
coming
mentioned he
out.
had to win the game. His Death Ward from the background.
And GG is going to be called...
Oh.
Oh,
All right. How much Zeus damage?
I don't know.
That's the big question. Over, under 125k.
The one thing I want to say, this is the best possible Doomags game, and they lose. That item needs a buff. I'm sticking with it.
Yeah. It's the hard part is getting Doom off. Maybe
Yeah.
it needs to have like a I don't know, like he's getting jump at the same time. Like that's not about the spell. It's more just about the two lineups and the fact that IGV have this vision
Right.
that they can just always get on top of him.
But that's like a problem with the hero too, right? Like, yeah, I'm with you. It's a tough one. So 127,000
Okay.
damage.
I was close with the 125k.
Look at Miracle though.
How much did he do? Over 100 too?
112.
Damn.
It's not
Spectre.
bad.
Spectre Haunt with Radiance, Dispersion.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for
was-
coming on that road with us.
That was exciting.
Yeah.
Honestly, I enjoy games like that. There's something hilarious and entertaining about these 90, 100-minute games because nobody plays perfect Dota for 100 minutes. A perfect Dota game normally ends in 25 to 30 minutes when one team plays perfect.
Yeah. And that's something that's cool. It shows how complex and how much there is to this game that we all love. We all love it. A couple Moon Shards got purchased. Kind of was expecting more of them, but that's fine.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to take us to a break.
Yeah, we got a game 2, you know.
Jeez.
Do you want a game 2?
Yeah,
Can we hop into the other series? Oh wait, they're over. Looks like Keen's about to finish the 2-0. They're up 15k at 28 minutes against a Drow strat.
Wow. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, again, we will be back in a little bit with some more Chinese Dota. EHOME versus iG.Vitality going to be taking place. Game number 2 right around the corner. And then probably switching over to Southeast Asia because it will be halfway done by the time we get into there based upon how long this is taking. So stay tuned. We'll see you guys in a bit.